Hey there, Ulti here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Spark the Electric Jester 3. In the last episode, I genuinely have no recollection of what we did. Oh, right, we did this. This stuff. Okay. So, a few things. Number one, this is a new session, so if my controller freaks out on me again like it did the last time at the start of it, I can blame Steam, and I'll just do that again. So, like, I'm just kind of keeping my mental eye on now. Number two, this game is taking me 3 fucking sessions to do, which is, like, kind of flooring me, considering I beat Spark 2 in one sitting. And this game doesn't... It's only, like... I checked how long to beat, and people said it's only an hour longer than Spark 2, so I think that just kind of goes to show, like, my mental state with this game. Which I can get into in a bit. However, throwback, I did look it up. Just literally, like, 5 minutes ago, actually. Because out of curiosity. So these guys, all 3 of them were bosses from Spark 2. So, that's neat. At least the big robot dude and Double was. Double and the other guy were also from Spark 2. And also what I've learned, the girl who I complained about the design of, she's also from Spark 2. And I genuinely didn't remember that. I completely forgot entirely about her mere existence. So, really shows how much Spark 2 retained in my memory after I played it that one time, huh? Anyways, Stratoria Interstellar Airstrip Madness. Let's go. So, this game's weird to me. And I think I understand what it is that's weird to me about it, now that I'm playing even more of it. It's weird how it's taking forever to load. Oh, okay, looks like it's a vehicle stage. Get on the D button. Alright. Vroom vroom! So, what makes me feel weird the thing is with this game. Oh, okay. The thing is. Oh. Okay. The thing is. Why was there a car segment? I didn't do anything. That just seemed there for the sake of it, which is like, okay, sure. Oh, alright. So what's weird to me is that in the moment-to-moment gameplay, this game is fun. Like, it's setting out what it wants to do, I would argue. It's... Okay, it looked the same. I thought I was going backwards for a second. That's why I stopped going. But then I was like, I should just follow the arrows on the floor. But yeah, like, the gameplay here is fun. Like, on an individual level basis, I'm not having a bad time in this game. It reminds me of Spark 2 in that regard. Like, Spark 2 was a fun time in that moment. But Spark 2, I was able to finish in one sitting. And I don't think that's just because it was short. Because this game is apparently also about the same length. A little longer, certainly. And the way the stages... Oh, okay, okay. The way the stages are, like, Sonic Unleashing and, like, potentially locking you out, although it seems to be generous enough that if you just do some of the extra stages, like, you have plenty of medals to actually get to the stages, which is, like, good. It's not Sonic... It's not really Sonic Unleashed in the sense of, like, forcing you to do random shit and, like, go out of your way. Like, no, I'm just, like, selecting levels and, like, doing levels that are new. And, like, bam, I get to play, and, like, I'm playing more levels than I need to, because, like, I'm just... Well, that had to load the plane. I'm doing more levels than I need to, basically. So, yeah, from that regard, it's like, it's not bad. I am enjoying playing this game. But what rubs me the wrong way outside of some of the other, like, I already talked about, like, my disappointment with, like, the way that, like, oop, that was me mispressing the jump button, and then suddenly I vooped, because I didn't even know that that was there. But, like, I just vooped to it. That was a fast stage, relatively. For a first stage in the world. Usually those, like, are 5 minutes long. That one only felt like, what, 3? Okay, 4. Sure, whatever. What weirds me out about this game, I'm very slow when I'm talking about things while also playing them. In case you hadn't noticed by all the different Let's Plays by now. The thing that weirds me out, very specifically, it's the fact that, like, I don't really know what's going on. I don't really care what's going on. Spark the Electric Jester 3 is in this weird position. Oh, that's fire. It's in this weird position where I don't care about things. There's a story here in this game. There are characters, there's things that the game almost does want you to care about. But unlike Spark 1 and 2, which had more, like, focus on some story elements like that, Spark 2 especially, I miss both of those. Okay. Make my own route. My own route didn't work. Actually, I might not do this now. Usually these timers have been somewhat short. So I might not make it. We'll see. I'm actually gonna stop talking so I can, like, really try and focus on this. I don't wanna lose. I'm gonna be cutting it close. We got 20 seconds. I don't think I'm making this. Unless it's right here. Nope, there wasn't even another checkpoint. Okay. Well, I'll cut back to then. Oh! Apparently, if you do that at the exact perfect time, you get, like, a mega boost? Or you die if you don't do it at the right time. Now I'm just extra confused. Am I even gonna have enough time now? I mean, I didn't do, like, my weird, like... I didn't do, like, my weird trying to make my own pathway thing that, like, I probably shouldn't have done the first time around. But I'm close enough to where I was before now. The goal was right there. That wasn't a checkpoint. I was, like, 3 seconds off. Damn. Oh well. Yeah, if I just died immediately that first time, I probably would have made it instead of trying to make my own pathway. Huh. Oh well. Anyways, what was I saying? Story of this game. I feel like after Spark 2, he probably got criticism for how it was written or presented and whatnot. Because, like, that's the only explanation I have for why this game is the way it is. And the way this game is so far is it's very hands-off. There's been, what? 2 cutscenes in this game? If you don't count, like, when you actually die to the annoying guy who just murders you all the time. Oh. I'm in space now. Which means my jump is higher. It's like the end of Sonic Adventure 2, when you're like in the space stations with like Eggman and Tails and whatnot, and so like your jump is like all higher and whatnot. It's just weird, because like, I guess in my head I'm not like expecting it, at the very least indoors, but at the same time, like, there's nothing wrong with it. Do I have, like, an air meter? I don't understand why I would want you to go back into a bubble there. Unless maybe you lose it if you die. Or get hit, is what I mean. It's interesting that, like, this whole space station area is, like, a side level, technically. Because, like, I could have just gone to the boss and moved on if I wanted to. I kind of wish you could, like, home in onto these little capsule things. Hello. For some reason I had an immediate flashback to Starlight Carnival and Sonic Colors. I think it's just because, like, we're climbing a thing in space. Clearly, Sonic Colors invented space. But yeah, story-wise, the presentation of this game has been kind of lax, hands-off, minimal. And to an extent, that's not terrible, but it does mean that what I have is just the context of the previous games, and, like, the weird flashback cutscenes. I do have a limit on this. Okay. So, it's a limited air bubble. Good to know. Very good to know. How are these actually existing here? I think that's a worthwhile question. Like, sure, okay, you got pockets of air, but, like, usually that would, like, be given context somewhere along the line. I guess it's this little indent in the ground. You know, I kind of wish the camera would, like, change a little bit so I could see where I'm jumping to. At the very least, zoom out would be nice. Okay, I sure am climbing, huh. So, like, I feel like what Spark 3 did was, like, it heard criticism of Spark 2 and was like, alright, I'll tone it down. But now I feel like it's got the opposite problem of, like, there's too much to be told, especially after the previous game, that not knowing really exactly what's going on, or, like, or seeing, like, responses or anything, like, with some of the stages that we've done, like, it's such a simplistic plot in this game. Like, oh, Fark is bad. So, Spark's on a quest to stop him. Worth it, I guess. I don't know if that's gonna instant kill me or not, but it probably will. The thing is with Spark is that, like, there's too much, and so because, like, I don't care, it makes it, I feel really apathetic about this game, essentially. And it really kind of just goes to show how important narrative stuff is to me, because, like, the difference between a game like this and a Sonic game isn't just who you're playing as, but it actually is kind of who you're playing as. Part of the reason why Sonic is as beloved as he is because... Okay, thank you. Is because of getting to play as Sonic in the Sonic world, doing Sonic things. He as a character isn't just completely apathetic to what's going on. And as a result, neither are you, the player. Spark as a character is incredibly apathetic. He doesn't care about anything. And so that's why it doesn't really mesh with the idea that, like, he hates Fark so much that he wants to take him down. Like, in the entirety of Spark 1, it just felt like it was a random obligation of, like, oh, you're better than me at this Jester job? I'm better than you? Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up now. And in this game, the one bit of story tidbit that we get is that he doesn't even really care that much about that Jester job. He's just like, oh yeah, one time I was a Jester. It's like, what? So in that regard, it's just like, come on. Spark needs more. But because he's already such an apathetic... That's why Spark 2, I think, actually did work a little bit better from the story perspective, even if it was more ridiculous, because Fark, at least, is a more compelling character. He actually has at least, like, goals more than anything else. So, to that extent... To that extent, I'm having a really hard time explaining my thoughts on this. Are these robots supposed to be doing anything to me, or what? I was expecting, like, Sonic Colors, like, oh, they're gonna do lasers, so you have to dodge them. I was drifting, Right. Yes. Huh. Okay. Going on foot. Something tells me this is not how I'm supposed to do this. You know, if this was like a Nintendo game or something, or at the very least, I'm thinking Kirby. You know, a game that inspired the original Spark. You know what would be here right now? A spare backup car. You know, just in case. Sure, level design expects you to have it. But what if you didn't take it? You know, what if you lost it somehow? Could be really nice to have it again, you know? Really thinking of the player in that situation. Especially if you have a wonky enough physics system that even when trying to drift and going up a loop like this, you can just kind of get the car stuck. But yeah, I think that's why, ultimately, I don't care about this game, and why, like, playing it has been, like, I've just kind of struggled to play it. Because, like, from the perspective of just, like, how I feel about this game, I don't care about it that much. I'm playing it because it's the third game in the Spark trilogy. And because, like, it's something to Let's Play. Like, I already started the Let's Play, might as well finish the Let's Play, especially since I'm so close to beating it. But, like, if I were playing this game on my own, I probably wouldn't have touched it after the first session. Maybe I would have, but definitely not after the second one, because what reason would I have? The story's not even really there to compel me, even in a negative sense. Like, there's nothing for me to criticize, really. Or make fun of. There's plenty for me to criticize, but there's nothing really for me to make fun of. Or, like, be like, oh, wow, this is so bad. What's so bad about it? Like, no, it's more so just, like, the best I have is just, like, yep, I sure do exist. Yep. So, like, I don't really want to be like, oh, I'm making fun of things. Like, it's the only thing I can do. Like, I made fun of Spark 2's story. But, like, I respect the fact that Spark 2 at least tried to have a story. This game's not really trying that. Ow. This game's just... when it inevitably does have a story... Uh-oh. This could pose a problem. This could pose a big problem, huh? Build up speed. Okay, I'm alive. I'm doing it. All right, we made it. We made it past the problem. Okay. That was the final boss of this on-foot road test. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, I don't feel anything towards this game. And I feel like this game could try... like, even a negative emotion is still an emotion, but I'm just apathetic towards this game. It's not bad. Like, I'm not hating anything. I'm disappointed in some parts, like with the no power-up system, but, like, I don't hate this game. I just don't like it, either. It's fine. It's serviceable. It has good ideas. But it's just got nothing tying it all together in, like, more of a meta sense, in a narrative sense. And when I say narrative, I don't even just mean, like, strict cutscenes and writing. Because narrative is, like, everything. It's the context of, like, characters you're playing as, the world you're in, the world building, like, the environments you're inside of. Like, that is all part of narrative too. A game like Sonic 1, for example, has a pretty darn strong narrative. The idea of, like, nature versus technology, you go through the game, like, and the environments you're in slowly become more and more, like, not just difficult, but, like, destroyed and, like, roboticized and whatnot. Until you wind up in Scrap Brain Zone, Eggman's home base. And, like, it's pretty basic, yes, but for what it's trying to achieve, it works pretty well. And sometimes that's all you really need. There's stuff you can infer as well about, like, Sonic's character. Like, he's impatient, but, like, he's a good guy. He doesn't want to stand around letting the world get destroyed. It may be a game without writing, but, like, you really get a sense of, like, the personality and character and world and narrative, like, all without a single, like, hint of dialogue. that isn't to say dialogue is bad, because, like, then you got a game like Sonic Adventure 2, and it's like, I made fun of Sonic Adventure 2's story back in my Let's Play of that. Like, I do think there are some unnecessarily ridiculous parts in it, but also some very strong parts, and, like, the characters are good. And, like, every area in that game has constant context for why you're there, what you're doing, why you're in that particular location, why the characters are there, all that sort of thing. Like, it works really well within the context of Sonic Adventure 2. Even Sonic Adventure 1 has that. Like, even though there are some weird random stages in there that don't really correlate to anything, like, at the very least, the game still at least tries to explain why you're there. So it's just all about the context, and, like, the thing about Spark 3 here is that, like, we have these areas, like, okay, you got a random village that Spark's just in for some reason. You got desert that Spark's just in for some reason. You've got Protest Prison and Protest City, which, like, feel like they should be really specifically, like, geared towards anything, but, like, we don't even see, like, background details within the world of, like, why these things are doing things. Like, what are they protesting? Free! Free was literally the only sign on these things. Why not have actual protests, like, protest signs to, like, like, if you want to show off that, like, Fark's regime has good intentions, that we know good intentions from the past game, but, like, bad execution, like, it's really overly punishing for really bad reasons, like really hurting the people. Show that in, like, the protests. Not just the fact that people are protesting, but what they are actually protesting. They didn't do that. And then there's the prison. It's like, yep, it sure is a prison. Like, what are these people in prison for? Nothing. We can't tell. We don't know. We don't have context. There's no cutscenes. But there's also nothing in the worlds. We're just here in these stages suddenly. And then whatever this place was like, I guess it's the same city. It looks like it's the same city. It's close enough. But, like, what's going on here? Why was there a random fight against previous bosses? Yeah, it was neat, if you remember that. But, like, we don't have these contexts. We're just doing stages and things are happening. And that's what's frustrating me about this game in that regard. Oh, hey, a cutscene! Maybe it heard me. So what's going on here? Anything? We're just standing around. Okay, I don't know where we are, but we're about to... What is this, like... giant mech robot? Are we gonna fight it? Are we gonna pilot it? I don't know what's going on. Okay, it looks like we're gonna pilot it to fight this guy that just showed up. Okay, I guess not even gonna show us getting in it. Who the hell is this guy now? Where the hell did the fucking city go? Did it completely explode from that guy? See, this is what I'm talking about. There's no context for even what's going on here. Okay, well, we're fighting a mech and it feels like it controls like the other, like, regular gameplay here. Doesn't seem like you can parry. But, like, he attacks so slowly that, like, I'm just wailing on him anyway. Okay, fine. Be that way. It's called Stratosphere Mark II. Was there a Mark I of this in a previous game that I don't remember? Okay, you're starting to destroy me now because, like, I don't know how to, like, dodge these attacks. think the only way to dodge them is to just to run away. Yeah, this is a frustrating boss fight, mostly just because it's like, number one, this fucking takes forever to do. But also, like, it removes the core feature of, like, the parry system here. Like, you can't even, like, do a shield in this situation. So, like, it mostly is just frustrating because, like, it like, changes up the gameplay, but, like, it doesn't really give you a good opportunity to learn, I guess. I mean, obviously I'm doing better now, but, like, I have to redo this entire goddamn thing because I didn't know this new mechanic. So understanding that, like, the entire point of this is to, like, constantly just flip away with your, like, boosters rather than, like, do anything else. Like, it's not really very exciting. And again, like, I don't know who this is. It says Greater Guardian, so is this the guy who's been chasing us down this entire time? Okay, finally. I did much better that time, at least. You can definitely see I improved when I understood, like, how the fighting was supposed to work for this version. But whatever, okay. But yeah, like, what's the point? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm even fighting that guy. He just popped in out of nowhere. He literally skydived out of the sky for me. He kind of looks like the other robot guy. Oh, I guess he's strong enough that he can just destroy the entire mech? Or not? No, yeah, okay. Why didn't you do that the first time then? Why'd you get in a mech at all? Stop it. Flint, can't you see it's me, Float? They've been lying to you, I survived. No more of this Spark Force stuff, let's go back to being friends. Of course it had to be you, of all things. Your body may be different, but your voice, it's the same. Why do you have to feel so real? Jester. Enough. Do you even know why you're doing any of— No, I fucking don't! This game doesn't care enough to tell me! Don't you, like, monologue about me about how I'm making things worse, because, like, this game isn't paying attention enough to, like, warrant this. It's like a Pokemon game where, like, the main villain is like, oh, why are you doing this? And it's like, I just want to get the gym badges, you're in my way, and the game's not letting me progress unless I do this. So I have to do it. Don't preach about my ideals in this situation. Spark, this cutscene is not earned. None of this is earned. It's building on nothing. It's building on nothing that was presented. We don't know why these characters are doing this. And his fight with Devil, Flint continued on his own aimlessly. While passing through a junkyard, he noticed a house, and somehow that house piqued his interest. What wasn't shy shocked him. laid the body of a local waste collector, and in the corner, crying, there was a very strange-looking person. Carefully, Flint approached it. "I'm sorry, I'm really sorry," said the crying person. "I didn't mean to. My power, it went out on its own." The person he saw was some kind of robot. And it types with boxing gloves on. This thing could be dangerous, he thought. But then he remembered what he'd been through in the past and decided to help. "Here, take my hand, let's get out of here." Together they went to a secluded spot where they spoke to each other. She had no memories of who she was or why she looked the way she did. While staring at her reflection in a puddle, she began to cry. "Please wait here," said Flint as they rushed over to a nearby city. In a local donation box, he procured a set of clothes. The girl was pleasantly surprised. A couple hours later, the girl finally chose the perfect outfit. Wait a second. Float is the fucking girl I murder as Fark. I remember now. In like the weird space-esque area. I think I used that cutscene as one of the thumbnails. That design is way different than what's in this game. Why the hell is Flint working for Fark if Fark killed Float? There's too many F names in this sentence. From that day on, both roamed the world together as Flint showed her how to engage in society. They ran into trouble from time to time, but never really caused any trouble themselves. Both remained this way for a while until the day would come when Flint picked up a signal directly sent to him, remained disconnected from general internet but was open to communication requests. It was a cry for help or a diversion to pure noise. It wasn't just noise, it was a malicious program. This double shows up. Looks like you made a friend. Let me guess, you got the signal too. So this is explaining Spark 2 now, I guess. Spark 2. Or Spark 1? Okay. Yeah. This is the trio from Spark 2. It makes more sense now. I also feel like they might, at least Double, might have been in Spark 1? I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. It's been too long. Did we kill Double too? I don't remember. We definitely killed Float though, so I don't know how she's actually here. But I guess if she's a robot, she got copied into a different thing. And that's probably why I completely didn't remember her at all. Because, like, her design is different. Because I did recognize Double in, I guess his name is Flint. I did recognize their designs when they showed up eventually. I was like, these seem familiar. But Float didn't even register at all. Whatever. This game's not earning any of its story bits at all. It just isn't. I wish it did, though. Whatever. Hey, I have 2,000 things. Hold on. Before I end the episode, let's get that one thing because I want to see if I have something else to complain about. Oh, right. I'm using a Switch controller again. No, not again. I'm using a Switch controller, but all the inputs are Xbox things. So I press the B button for the A button and the A button for the B button. And it's just confusing. Okay. Alright, well, I'll figure out if I have something to get mad about next episode. So, next time on Let's Play Spark the Electric Jester 3, I don't know, Stage 7. Bring it on, I guess. Fall damage. Sounds lovely.